What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is White Gamer, and today we have the post-patch breakdown where we go over some of the new stuff in the patch and we put it to test, see if they actually got fixed or added. So let's get right into it, guys. Now, this is one of the most important updates we've gotten this entire year, the gameplay refresh. The first thing I want to talk about is the pace. Does the pace actually matter? And yes, guys, I think the pace actually does matter now. As an attacker, you can outrun your CBs with ease now, especially when you have a nice gap or when one of your teammates sends a through ball and the CB is not that close to you. Now, as a center back, you can still catch up to the attacker, especially if you're not that far away from them, like I mentioned. So another tip is when you're playing CB, if you start your run just before the attacker, that's another way of being able to catch up to your attacker. But overall, guys, yes, as an attacker, when you have the ball and you have good pace, you can easily outrun your defenders, whether they're humans or whether they're AI defenders. Got to give it to EA on that. Finally, the pace has been sorted out. So if you're a CB, be careful. Start your runs a little bit earlier than what you normally do in order for you to have a chance to catch up to your attacker. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is just the passing, guys. The passing in general, EA said that they made the passes a little bit faster, the ground passes, and then the through balls a bit more accurate, especially if you use the semi-assisted passing, which I think that is the default. Now, some of these clips that you guys can see are insane, the amount of through balls and how accurate it is, especially if you're using the Incisive Pass Plus. I recommend cams to be using that now because, man, the amount of ping passes or the perfect placement on those Y or triangle passes are really good post-patch. Yes, the passing feels better. You can do nice build-ups. The ball does travel a little bit faster on the ground. You might not notice it that much, but I noticed it just a little bit. But passing it overall does feel better. They go to where you want it to go, and they go to the open teammate as long as you're aiming it properly and you have somewhat of a decent stat. So again, got to give it to EA. I think the passing is good. It got improved overall, especially those through balls when you have Incisive Pass Plus. The next thing I want to talk about is the goalkeeper near post. EA said they improved the goalkeeper's near post positioning. And yeah, they got better. Now, this clip that you're watching right now, this first clip, is pre-patch. So before, we're going to slow it down. Before, the goalkeeper will leave the near post quite a bit open. But now, these clips that you're looking at are post-patch. The keeper does really, really well closing down that near post shots. Now, you can still score near post shots, guys. You can still score them. If you're aiming it properly, you can still score them. But what the AI goalkeepers do now at certain angles, they will close out the near post. But now that means that the cross body shots are open now, or the far post shots. So keep that in mind when you're playing striker. Like I mentioned, you can still score the near post, but sometimes now, or more often than not, the far post will be the play on certain situations, of course. So yeah, EA did improve the goalkeeper's AI near post. If you're a human goalkeeper, that doesn't matter because you're obviously moving yourself. But for those that don't have a human goalkeeper, AIs are better at covering the near post shots. The next thing I want to talk about is the fullback tracking back. Now, EA said that they made the fullbacks track back a bit better. I think this is 50-50. There's going to be situations where your fullback doesn't track that well, depending on the situation, depending on the attack. And then there's other situations like the one you're seeing right now on a cross where you see the left back. Look at the left back, how quick it's running back to get back into position and cover that far post cross. So it's 50-50, guys. Like I said, there's going to be scenarios where your fullbacks will track well, and there's going to be other scenarios where your fullback doesn't track well. So I can't really give that one to EA. They did make them a little bit better tracking back, but again, it's going to depend on the situations and the scenario that you are going up against. The next thing is the counterattacks. EA said they made or improved the AI's ability to go back and cancel out the counters on corner kicks. The counters are still going to happen on corner kick, guys. So if you have like 3 or 4 humans, have at least one back to defend counters on corner kicks because you're still going to get countered. This happened to us that's playing right now in the background. We only had 2 bots and we got countered really bad. Thank God the opposition kind of screwed up their attack, and I was able to get back in my spot. But yeah, the counters are still going to happen from corner kicks, so keep that in mind. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is the tackle backs. So EA, or according to EA, they improve the amount of bounces off standing tackles, especially when you have the anticipate playstyle, whether it's the regular one or the plus version. Yes, guys, the standing tackle has got improved, and it is really good now, especially when you have the anticipate playstyles. When you make the standing tackle now, it stays right in front of you, which is good, because before the patch, it will bounce away way too much. And I think this clip that's playing right now is a perfect example on how well EA did with the tackle backs and reducing that. So in this clip, you guys can see it's pretty much back and forth the amount of standing tackles. But if you look at our team, every time our teammates made a standing tackle, it will either bounce towards our teammates or they will keep the possession. And then when the other team made a tackle, it will either bounce towards their teammates to the opposition, or it would stay on their right in front of them. So yeah, guys, EA did a really good job with the standing tackles in general. So the Anticipate Plus is really, really good. And even if you're using the regular Anticipate, like myself, I use it. And the standing tackles definitely got improved. The next thing, one of the major things from the pitch note, is the shooting from inside the box. Now, this all depends on how well your striker is and your certain attributes. I think the shooting is a bit better from inside the box, whether you're doing finesse shots or you're doing regular shots. Now, if you're not under pressure and you're aiming it properly, it should go in for the most part. You know, sometimes there might be rare scenarios where the keeper makes a good save, but if you're inside the box, your goalkeeper or your striker should be able to score it, especially when you're not under pressure whatsoever. So yeah, the shooting does feel a little bit better, but it's going to depend player to player, how well you play striker and whatnot. And then on the topic of shooting, the finesse shots in general are still good. They're still good. I did a drop-in game where this guy had the finesse shot plus playstyle. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner, he has a finesse shot plus. I gave him the shooting lane so he can shoot it, and he did, and it went in from outside the box. So the finesse shots, especially when you have the playstyles, are still really good. Then one more thing I want to add, boys and girls, is the attacking AIs or the supportive runs from AIs. Now, in our division club, for the most part, we don't use wingers. I've noticed that they help out more attacking-wise now. So before, they really wouldn't join the attack or have any support inside the box. Post-patch now, I've realized that when you're in the box and your wingers or whoever, your AIs are there, will help you out for those extra passes or just to be open inside the box, which I really did notice in the games that I was playing divisions. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about this new update. I like it, man. I really do. It creates a skill gap between CBs, human CBs, and finally the pace matters for attacker, where you can outrun CBs and defenders in general. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed today's post-patch breakdown. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.